to go live on the radio here in a second. This is Real Remote Friday. We just talking about a bunch of different random stuff. We're going to update y'all on some stuff. Hopefully y'all can update me on some stuff because I don't know everything. I know y'all think I do. But I think I do.
It's Lil Pat, Trick, bitch.
Shout out Lil Pat. Y'all check out his new video, Can't Live Without It, on YouTube.
Clips, 50 zips, 10 bands, no money, clip.
www.love2jamradio.com. It's Friday, and y'all know on Fridays we keep it real with Rillos. It's me, Comedian Rillos. I'm in the building. It's going down. Shout out to Miss Lovey on the ones and twos.
Ain't shit.
She's on the ones and twos holding it down for us tonight. She's gonna be dropping some new music, I think. She's gonna be playing random stuff tonight. We don't have a playlist tonight. We just gonna play random stuff, okay?
Okay.
And we got my beautiful wife who decided to join me tonight.
Yes. Mrs. Johnson's in the building.
Yes. Come through blowing kisses. Say hello to the people, wife.
Hi, everyone.
Move the microphone closer to
And
you.
she don't know what she. Oh, not too close. No,
don't do that.
It ain't mine. Not too close.
Everybody got their own
She don't know what we're talking about tonight. So I got all the topics actually queued up on my phone. So we got a couple different random things. First, I wanted to go ahead and mention that I did agree that Jay-Z said if Jeezy is paying LeBron, he's paying Dwayne Wade. Not Jesus, Jeezy.
Thank you.
He thinks he's Jesus already. All right, but fast forward. This weekend I was supposed to be hosting at the 2K Live Comedy Club. That show was canceled. I was supposed to be hosting today and tomorrow for Antoine Scott. I'm not sure something went on behind the scenes with the venue and the person scheduling the show. So that show ended up being canceled, but it has been moved to a later date. So it has been moved to a later date. Today I wanted to last weekend I went to the Pulse Music 4-year anniversary award.
Hey, shout out to Pulse Magazine.
It was definitely a great event. Like as far as networking, because I got to meet some artists who I had never met before. And
that's
then
good.
I saw one of the artists that I met is a group called Double Experience. We're actually
they're coming on the
them
show
here soon. Yeah.
And they were at the magazine.
They performed at the awards.
Oh wow,
so that's crazy.
That is crazy.
I didn't see what date they were coming, but I was like, yeah, I know those guys.
Yeah, they're coming on the 7th of October.
They doing something on the red carpet or something at some awards or something that's coming up here pretty soon because he was talking about it. So hopefully he talked to us about that when he does come through. I met a couple people.
You gonna come to Jim the Crane?
Huh?
That's what you were saying? Oh, you meant you was gonna video?
No, when they come through, they supposed to be going to some event either in Atlanta or LA or something like that. There was a lot going on that day, so I can't remember exactly where they going, but it was a big event. They supposed to be performing on the red carpet or something.
Oh, okay.
I met a couple of radio personalities from another station. I want to say it was what's the guy's name? Critical Station.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to say the wrong name. I know it's 200s out there.
I think it's just called the Critical Radio Station.
Okay,
the Critical Radio Station. I believe
I met one of the ladies who's the host over there at one of the shows.
Tasha Mack?
No, her name was Fancy Hayes.
Never heard of her.
Well, I met her. She was pretty cool, and she got an award. I can't remember what award she got, but it was like Radio Host Award. Yeah. So she won that award. Love the Jam got an award.
Hey, accolades. May they rain down upon us. Now they're in other people's cars. Those awards were meant to be. Those are the awards for the cars.
I actually have the award now. I didn't take that card today. Otherwise, when I get the awards, I'm going to bring them and I'll leave them here. That way people can see them on the walls.
Thank you. We'll post them upon the mantle.
Yeah. So shout out to Khalil Rashid. Definitely out here doing his thing. 4 years. It's been a grind working with this guy, and he's a big reason that I was able to travel from, state to state basically doing comedy, because once he got me popping in San Antonio, I pretty much kind of blew up. If I'd have stayed out there, I probably would have still been up. But I'm starting over again back on this comedy game. There was a new group, a younger group. They were called the G Boys. Have you ever heard of them?
Never heard of that.
The G Boys.
The G Boys.
The G Boys.
They're gonna regret that in 5 years.
It was it was Tyler G, Ziggy, and there was another guy. But they were kids.
Oh, okay.
No.
So
it was like teens.
Kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that day they performed at the awards. They were opening up their own store in the Galleria that same day.
Oh.
And the store is called Trailblazer.
Wow.
So their manager was actually 3 kids. They got their own show in the own store in the Galleria now.
God damn, it was grown-ups that can't even pull that off.
I know. Grown-ups like me. So they definitely have a store in the Galleria called Trailblazers. If you have kids, go support that because those are 3 young black men out here trying to get it. And they'll be coming by here soon doing some stuff with us with the radio station too. Because I spoke with their manager. He actually stopped me on the way out and was like, "Hey, what's your contact info? I want to get with y'all on some stuff." So be on the lookout for that. All right. Since the last time we talked, I believe they were getting ready to riot. Not riot, but they were protesting at the Capitol.
And then nobody talked about it. You talking about the black people? No.
The black people went and nobody talked about it.
That's what I said. Nobody talked about it.
That was like 20,000 black people.
And not a mention, not a picture,
nothing.
not a post.
Now, if you follow certain people, then you definitely saw the post. Like it
should have been out there. Though,
it should have been out there, but you got to remember, a lot of the things that you see on Facebook is based upon algorithms. So if you're not searching protests and stuff like that, 9 times out of 10 it didn't even come across your page.
Even if you don't,
they didn't filter it to you.
Even if you don't, somebody on your friends list
didn't
knows.
Go either.
If not them, somebody it's like there's way.
That's how crazy it is because it didn't filter. Eventually, you would have thought it would have filtered to us if 20, but it was 20,000 people there.
She doesn't know.
It was 20,000 people there. She gonna get a whooping when we get home. I ain't want to say it was her, but you said it.
It was.
And snitching on my wife.
We
like
both
snitching on myself.
Sorry, it wasn't me.
But that was 20,000 people at the African American protest. And then for the on the 18th, they were basically going out there and saying everybody who went into the Capitol and got arrested. They were out there protesting, saying that these people were wrongly arrested. How were you wrongly arrested for breaking into a Capitol building? And then on top of that, they had 200 news reporters there.
200 news reporters.
They had 200 news reporters
shit, but
there.
we couldn't get
for the 18th. And you know what ended up happening? There were more news reporters than there were protesters.
Wow.
I guess they didn't show up because they thought, hey, some of us might get arrested. They might be looking for some of us because they were still looking for people.
Right.
So I just thought that was crazy. How
it's not crazy. It's the exact reason why we need a black media.
Yes, I think we do have like a black news media.
Yeah, but it's not enough. Like that one's I'm talking about we need a black news network like ABC has. We need black ABC, black NBC,
we need
black CBS, black Fox. We need it.
We need to start with one though. We need to get on one.
There's one already, but I'm saying like as far as having the Capitol be able to travel and send people to these events and employ people and get the news, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna take a collective effort. Definitely, it's gonna take a lot of people to make that happen, and that might be one of those things because regardless of what people say or how they feel like whites view blacks in America, we start from behind. I don't care what y'all say. The hill is much higher for us to climb to be in those positions like that. So I feel like if we're ever going to get to that point, like if we started today, as far back as we are, we probably won't be alive to see the results whenever they finally fix it, just because it's a lot of work that goes into it. It ain't just an overnight type deal.
Well, with the internet now, you would think it's a lot easier, but with the powers that be really monitoring and controlling the internet, it still limits what we have exposure to.
Exactly.
So we would have to literally just create a whole parallel system.
We'll have to create our own internet. I'll get on there.
Black Google.
I'll get on there. What's going to end up happening is they'll start filtering certain words off, and a lot of posts we won't even see.
Yeah.
Black Twitter is hilarious. So I'm all for it.
Yeah. I agree.
We are the culture. People look at us and they want to be us. We are the blueprint to everything. So just imagine.
I wouldn't be surprised if everything, most of the stuff, if you look at all the stuff, most of the stuff that's being invented, it's black people inventing this stuff. Now, if you go back in time and a white person invented stuff, you got to check and see if that person had slaves, because a slave probably invented stuff. Because if you think back then, those people wasn't working; the slaves was doing all the work. So how you gonna discover something you ain't working?
Well, maybe if you ain't working, you got time to discover shit.
Hell,
you got time to wonder the things that people can't wonder that's working.
I don't think he was out there with the kite. He probably had a black person out there flying that kite for electricity. I don't think he was doing it, because it ain't no way that. I just look at the way like how creative we are as a people, like the music, the food. Even when you come look at a radio station and look at the setup and stuff we got here, like I feel like it's creative, the things we're trying to get accomplished. And what they do is they come back and they copy it. And now they wearing weaves. They trying to get bigger butts. So like they want to look like black women, but ultimately it's like nobody wants to be black, but y'all want everything that the black people are doing.
In the great words of Paul Mooney, everybody want to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace,
Brother Mooney.
Another rest in peace, real quick.
Oh, AJ Johnson.
Rest in peace, AJ Johnson.
They reached their goal.
Oh, they did.
His widow got online.
I was just about to talk about that because
L'Oreal donated like a bunch of money.
I'm just disgusted with the whole situation.
What you mean?
I'm disgusted with the whole situation.
That she even had to do that?
Yes.
So grief is people different.
Oh, so. One thing like I would encourage people to do:
get fucking life insurance.
Yes.
Period.
Because
it's affordable for everybody.
It's affordable. And you out here having a good time like every day. Take some time and stop and invest in yourself and invest in your future.
Just your family.
Yeah,
like she shouldn't have had even just the mentality. The fact that she even had that mentality that it's like people owe him like. You know what I'm saying? Like the mentality that he has famous friends, they should pay for it. No bitch. That's not what he should have to. If
you married him, you are the one that's supposed to pay for it.
And that's why she cried out. Exactly. And y'all wasn't saving money. What the fuck is y'all smoking?
What y'all doing?
Exactly. Like,
so, I mean, it's not like he was in a lot of hit movies and he was this big time actor.
No. First off, he's a comedian out here, and he was out here getting this work. Now, we got promoters in this city. If y'all claim y'all big dog promoters and y'all putting on this show and that show and y'all booking them and y'all hanging with them, why he don't have enough money when the funeral time come around? Are y'all not paying enough?
AJ Johnson booked somewhere.
Pre-COVID,
I would see him all the time, especially here in the city.
Okay.
Like a lot of comedians write for different shows. Like, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't out here broke. And just so you know, Martin is still coming on TV. He was on Friday, still being played. Like, he get a check every time. Like, you know.
I think they kind of already got paid for that. That's a big deal right there. Like,
I mean, for movies, but I said that to say like
Martin's still getting paid.
That's what.
No, it's serious though. It's funny, but it's serious. Martin's still getting paid. Even when you look at the Martin show, Martin's still getting paid.
It's just like they have we have performance rights organizations for music. So whenever a song is played, like actors, you know what I'm saying.
But
certain movies,
a lot of times.
He had that much access to that many opportunities that most people never get to have.
Exactly.
Or will never see. Why did you not set yourself up to be in a better position?
And a lot of time, and even if you don't set yourself up to be in that position, you should be the type of person where if you die, people will want to donate. Like, you did so much for people that people want to give to you.
Right.
Like, so it shouldn't take your wife crying out for donations, because
guilting people into doing it.
And I saw it and I didn't feel guilty because he got when I did a show with him. Yes, correct. When I did a show with him,
Forrest,
it's the immediate family is responsible to bury him, not the fans. We paid for his services. That is true. And whenever I did a show with him, he made more than me. So I know he was getting bread out here. So it still
goes back to black people being financially literate.
It ain't like, it's before even learning financial literacy. You need to know your first responsibility is your home. If you out here, you can be out here killing all these stages, but your first responsibility is your home. So if anything happens to you, your home should be taken care of. And that ain't just comedians. That's rap artists. That's singers. That's anybody. Like, if you go to work every day, you work at UPS, your first responsibility is your home. So when something like this happens, you're supposed to be able to bounce back. Your finances should bounce back themselves and take care of it. Agreed. Sincerely, Super Duper Trunk Rattler. Make sure y'all check her out on Wednesday nights. That's She Said Show.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they be talking about us, fellas. Get on there. Get your voice out there, fellas.
We just had the dude from the Coffee Brothers on there. One of the Coffee Brother guys.
You guys give us so much
Don't get
to
me to
talk
guessing. Some actors take that upfront money and never receive residual income. Yes, that's what I think happened with the Friday movie. I think a lot of them took
that movie itself was still like they took barely enough. Their budget was so small. They didn't have no money.
But making money right now.
Somebody making money off of it.
Somebody making money. It's a classic.
In that time period, right? Somebody got the rights to it. Yeah. Now I'm sure there's a way to follow the money and figure out who's doing it, but I guarantee you who getting it ain't really talking about getting it.
I think is who wrote it. John Singleton maybe wrote it. Somebody, But they still getting that money, basically. Yeah, basically. But those people who were acting in it, I don't think they were as invested as they were into it. They were just kind of stepping into a role and playing their part. Yeah. And it was like, oh yeah, I run that part for $1,000 or $500 here and there. But that happened to people. That has been happening to artists and comedians, for years. That's happened in the past. Like a lot of the movies, when you see a lot of those older cats in, and it was funny stuff, they didn't get paid that much. Right. But then again, we wasn't educated on how much we could actually make off of this either. Like it wasn't until you started having the people like Master P's coming in and teach people the game where we really just started getting bread. He played with Master P, Blue and Black.
So, and that's when
I got the hookup.
That's when eyes started getting opened up. When Master P Master P played a vital role in a lot of the money that people are getting today, even all the way up to like Snoop Dogg and stuff, because he wasn't just like a let me get it and sit back. He was like, I'm gonna teach this person, hey, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that, and he put a lot of people on.
I agree.
So prior to that, like with the Fridays and stuff, people was just trying to be on TV because that was the goal back then, just to be. That's still the goal right now for a lot of people, just to make it to TV because.
Oh, shout out to Shit Tori. Hey, girl.
Oh, shout out to. She signed up for free.
Thank you. I'm gonna let KK read the comments because she's the only one that's got her antennas up.
She's facing the screen.
You are too.
He did sign up for free, and just like the previous user, and what she said that we pay for his services, so it's not up to the fans to pay for his funeral. Now, mind you, if you just got a loyal fan base and it's to that extent, and they want to volunteer to do that, then by all means, but. I think for her to get up on Facebook and cry and try to make people feel guilty about not helping her bury her husband. Right. I feel like that was a little out of pocket. But then, like I said, grief makes you do certain things. So. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, right now, I'm sure she's going through a lot. It's her husband. Like, so even so, before it's got to be people around. When something like this happens, there's got to be people around you that love you. Somebody around you should say, hey, don't post that. We gonna get it. It's got to be somebody like.
I think now it's just a different time. Like now it's like motherfuckers are like that. Like it used to be a pride thing back in the day. Like motherfuckers didn't, you know what I mean? Now everybody got their hand out. Everybody, you know what I mean? Trapping and I wanted to say thirst trapping, but everybody thirst trapping basically.
But thirst trapping comes with consequences too.
Tori Pink says here that studios got that money. They do got that money, but it's all about if he signed a contract for that.
Headset's on backwards. That's why it sounds like that. Yeah.
It's all about whether he signed a contract for that money.
Yeah. There you go.
Look at that.
There you are. Okay.
But I honestly feel like way back when, 20 something years ago, it's kind of like Soul Plane when Kevin Hart was saying how much money Soul Plane would have been worth now if he would have signed a better deal coming independent. It's the same way back then, and like I said, I don't think he's making.
But see, in that instance, Soul Plane was what it was. Now Kevin Hart was in that movie, and you see what Kevin Hart is bigger than Soul Plane.
Right, but Kevin Hart not making no money off Soul Plane.
He's not making no money off of Soul Plane.
But
if they'd have worked it out and did it right, and they came out later with a Soul Plane too, it would have been.
Sign. He said, "Wifey, you're so pretty."
That's Super Duper Trump Rattler.
Oh, Super
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't let her out too much.
Like I saw that comment.
She read that one quick. She read that before you hit send.
Okay.
Yeah, but man, just if I could tell anybody one thing, if you don't believe nothing else I say, believe. Take care of your will, your paperwork. Just have that in line, or even if you don't have it in line, at least have your family in line to where if anything happened, they know what to do. Like if something happened to me, KK should know some people she should be able to contact and say, hey, this happened to Rillos, and those people gonna automatically say, oh man, sorry to hear that. What you need? It ain't just sorry to hear that. My thoughts and prayers with condolences. You know the stuff people normally say when it's like, if you really cared, you wouldn't just put condolences and fall back. It'll be more of a come by the house and check on me. The worst thing you can do when somebody needs somebody is leave them alone, you know?
Everybody different. Everybody grieves different. Leave me the fuck alone.
Man,
remember when Nuggets died? My God.
I know when I die, KK better not be begging.
Oh, no, I wouldn't let that happen.
I don't care how.
But see, that used to be a time.
I don't care how somebody grieve, but you better not be begging.
I can't. Well, that's one thing I definitely can't do. I don't know if it's a pride thing, but first of all, don't sell no plates for me.
It better be a pride.
I don't want no slice of bread and no piece of cake
Fish
and no
fries.
green beans.
No, from the church. You know the church gonna get it up.
That little bitty piece of chicken leg that's this big. You know what I'm saying? And a little bitty slice of cake, and it's normally pound cake that's this big.
7-Up cake.
For $15. Don't sell no place for me. If for some reason something didn't happen, even I do have life insurance. If something didn't happen, you better put me in the ground somewhere. Put me on your banister. Put me on your banister. Put me somewhere, but don't go in debt.
I feel like begging on Facebook is probably worse than begging on the corner.
It's something exclusive about the corner bums.
I go stand on the yeah, exactly. I ain't gonna see that many people I know standing on Gulf Bank in 45. But if I get on Facebook, I'm gonna see about 5,000 people that know me. Like so, I can't just be on Facebook begging like that. Now, if I genuinely need something, I need some help. A lot of times when I ask for help, it's because I'm trying to help somebody else out, and I know with the help of others we can do more. But if it's something like if something happened to KK, something happened to anybody in my family, I'm not getting on Facebook and asking for money at all. I feel like now is the time you need to reach out to your friends, your family members, and get your ducks in a row because you see what happens when it happens to somebody else. So you can't see a situation like this where this woman lost her husband and she's on Facebook begging for money to take care of the funeral, which could be $10,000 to $20,000. I'm not sure how much it is. And I got all these people around me, and nobody's putting up any bread. Like I haven't been good enough to this person to when I passed, they wasn't calling what you need. Now she did say people was calling her, but she said it was fake love because they wasn't giving her money.
That's not true.
Well, at some point, why does money have to have a monetary
money has nothing to do with money has nothing to do with love.
Like Shatoy said, I don't know about that. I don't either. Because if I'm calling you and I'm sending you my condolences and you feel like my condolences aren't valid because I didn't put a dollar amount behind it, then I'm going to take my condolences back and you go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what it is.
I don't know if you can do that, KK. Give my condolences
yes,
back.
You can. Yes, you can.
No, you can't take condolences back once they're out there, people.
I'll call. Hey.
You going to call and let them know, you know what I had said about the condolences?
Yeah, honey.
Never mind.
I gave you the wrong condolences.
That wasn't even for you. I meant to call somebody else. No, not the condolences.
But what I'm saying is you see stuff happen like this, and if you know in yourself that your stuff ain't together, something within you should say, hey, I need to get my stuff together. I might not have the $20,000 to bury me, but I got $2 per month. I can start
$1 a day.
I can start now because just think about it. Say you did like biblically, you're supposed to leave an inheritance for your children's children. That's your grandchildren. If you die, when you die,
she said, "Here's your fish plate back."
When you die, you might not have a lot of money. Like you could be broke. You could be broke and have a life insurance policy that you just been paying on. And when you die, a lot of people gonna be hurting because you probably broke because you've been taking care of stuff. You've been feeding your kids, buying them what they want. You just ain't got all that money like that. But when you die, they realize that you spent so much time with them, and then they find out you left them $1 million. They ain't tripping no more, right? You think
I want to say
they gonna miss you, but they ain't tripping.
The point, I think the point is to be able to take care of somebody's affairs when they pass away, so you're not stuck with their bills or what have you.
That too, but I'm saying it's a difference when you die and you leave somebody 10,000, and when you die and you leave somebody $1 million.
I mean, regardless if somebody
like the hurt is still gonna be there.
10,000 or they leave you $1 million, just the fact that they left you something big with 10,000, it's cost that much just to cash.
No. What I'm saying though is 10,000 or 20,000 will be burial. But if somebody left you $1 million, you gonna be like, okay, we gonna bury you. I'm gonna grieve. You gonna grieve this. You probably gonna grieve less with $1 million.
We all know what to do with me.
That you didn't know was there.
Depends on what type of person you are and who.
Ain't nobody throwing you in no ocean and spreading you across the sea.
I didn't say nothing about no ocean.
Yes, you did. No, you said roll you up and smoke you.
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I didn't. I said put me in a biodegradable sack and plant me.
Oh, she wants to be a tree. I forgot.
Thank you.
And
she
then
wants to be
so you were here for that.
You said
you were here for that.
I told you. What happens when you become a tree and I see a big old dog lifting his leg on you? You know what I'm saying?
I love dogs.
Like, you know what?
It's purifying.
I know you love them. I don't want nobody urinating. You know what I'm saying? Can you be a house plant?
No, I don't want to be in the house. I want to be outside.
Lovely said spread her in the sea.
I didn't say that.
She said roll her up and smoke her.
As a tree.
She wants to be anywhere but
in the ground.
You do want to be in the dirt.
Yeah, but I want to be.
She don't want to be in a box.
No, don't put me in a box.
She does not want to be in a box. She wants to be planted.
Thank you. I did say that. That was a direct quote.
That's why we're working on finding you a man that's gonna take care of your body.
And with them acres I'm gonna buy him,
yeah.
He gonna plant me.
We got acres out here.
FYI, everyone who's listening out there in the internet world,
don't do that.
She is looking for a man.
I'm not looking for no man.
She might already have the acres.
Niggas never know.
She might already got them.
Friend, I'm not. We ain't doing the tree thing.
Thank you, Shantori. We can be, because think about this. This is a beautiful thing. Like, say this is your family's tradition, right? And everyone that passes away, you plant them so that like your ancestors are going to be like a forest. Like you can go through the forest knowing that your ancestors there. That's way better than a bunch of fucking headstones and a bunch of buried people.
What version of your ancestors are going to be there?
The tree.
No. What I'm saying
what if I
is,
get lost at what tree you in? I come back and it's another tree and I done forgot which tree you at.
Like, damn, who done died now?
It don't matter. It don't matter where the tree. Pick a tree, bitch. It don't matter which tree. You stand in the middle of the forest, bitch.
How do you know what version of your ancestor you gonna get? Because that person might have lived 80 years. What if you get the 20-year-old them and they out here fucking shit up?
In the tree? They're a tree, Boris. What are they gonna do?
But you want us to smoke you as a tree. So if we smoking a 20-year-old you and you out here fucking shit up, we gonna smoke shit and fuck shit up too.
Exactly, Shantori. She said folks visit forests, not cemeteries. Exactly.
Okay, Shantori. Now I'm gonna have to figure out.
I like
She
her.
done came on here.
Yeah.
I like her.
She about to go outside and plant a tree right now.
You won't even walk
That'd be
outside
amazing.
For 5 minutes. Hold up a minute.
To go be with my ancestors. I just walked through the little forest.
Let's buy some land. Okay, we can buy some land and we can start planting this forest.
Yes.
Now, who gonna hike through a forest to visit you? Because folks don't even go outside, let alone go through.
Are we gonna be in pots? How are we gonna do this?
Not in pots, Boris. Because I don't want to be in anything.
She doesn't want to be anything. She wants to be spread.
No, I don't want to be spread, girl. You can be spread. I said, in the play, you spread yourself, KK.
When you
ain't finna hold me out
in the forest. In all of the forest. Right. KK tried it. No, ma'am.
But if you think about it, you planting it, you still being put in the ground.
Yeah, but I'm growing out of the ground.
Also,
because I'm a tree.
Not 6 feet and not in the casket.
Exactly. So, I'm growing out. I'm providing shade. I'm providing a place for forest animals to live.
How long should we give you to grow?
As long as I need, nigga.
So when do you mature?
Yeah.
At what age do you mature?
Because I need to know how often I need to come out here. Because if I come out here after a month and there ain't nothing else,
You go to
I'm gonna come
kick
back
the dirt around.
I mean,
Do we water
and then,
you?
do we water? What if the water ain't working?
Nature's gonna take care of me. Do
What-
y'all water the forest,
what-
nigga? No, you don't water
What
the
if nature
forest.
decides to not take care of you?
Of course it's gonna take care of me. I'm returning to that of which I came. It's gonna naturally.
Let me tell you what's gonna happen.
You
Because
and Shantori on some Pocahontas type shit. Like
yeah,
She said put me on 259 between Livingston.
yeah.
She know where she want to be
Yeah,
planted. I like you.
She know exactly what she want to be. It's a lot of land over there.
We'll get a ticket on our way to visiting her. That's what she wants to do. Like, have us
We might not come back home visiting her.
I think that's awesome though, because instead of people, because the body's gonna biodegrade itself anyway. Like everything's gonna break down. So I mean, essentially, you don't need to know which tree. It could be any tree because it's gonna be the energy of your ancestors, which is anybody that came before you.
So I just walk into the middle of the forest and I just talk to you.
Ancestors, just live that shit. Like that's a fantasy of mine.
Like sound of music.
So what if
and
I'm
all
talking to
animals talk to you?
If
and all
I'm
that
not
stuff
the animals,
like that.
What if I'm talking to you and I don't hear nothing back?
And you're not tapped in with the ancestors. You
No,
gotta tap
I ain't
in.
talking to them. I'm talking to you.
Oh, what you mean?
If we spreading you and you creating the forest when we
What's
walk
up with
through
you and
the
your
forest.
wife trying to spread me? I said a plant.
No,
thing.
once we plant you, when we begin this,
Just in case you didn't know,
Okay.
I don't have a green thumb, but
no.
you do fertilize. You
no.
spread it around.
See, the reason I say spread, because if you
passing
say
you
plant,
around.
it's like, hey, I'm gonna just grow into this tree. But if we spread you around, you might grow into a whole forest.
I don't want to be a forest. I want to be a tree, and I want my people to be a tree, so that together there's a forest.
This bitch got stipulations. So
I got stipulations. I'm just saying what it is. Y'all trying to downgrade my motherfucking burial plot, and I'm not going.
She want to be a box fern tree. I don't know. We gonna get
She want to be a sequoia.
Exactly. Fucking right.
Come on, little shrub.
No, ain't no shrub. Ain't no shrub about me. Ain't no shrub about me. You got me fucked up.
You giving up all this love?
You put me in that motherfucking burlap sack in the fetal position underneath the tree.
She told me she was gonna be a sequoia. Dig her up. Dig her up.
And then you can smoke me.
How long should we wait before we smoke you? Because I might be at a rough patch in my life.
No, I need to be at full bloom. I need to, you know what I'm saying? Full bloom.
How long is that? I don't know nothing about flowers and
never
plants and
mind.
none of
If
that.
you don't know nothing about it, then just
if it looks smokable, we're gonna roll you up and smoke it. What are we waiting for?
Only half of me is gonna show up.
But see, if we spread across, then it's a whole forest to smoke.
Oh, she said, don't end up gentrified under some condos, Levy, for real.
I know, right? The way they moving in,
right? But they do that to cemeteries too. They pick the bodies up and move them elsewhere. So they say. Remember that movie?
No.
What was that movie with they built the houses on top of the.
We'll be coming to see Lovey at a Macy's.
Yeah.
We'll be at a Macy's on the 3rd floor by the bathroom.
I'm gonna tuck this sweat up under this towel.
Look, every time I go to re-up on my Mac, I'm gonna visit you.
Yes.
Let me hold this sweat. I'm gonna tuck it under the towel for you.
Okay.
Come back and get it later. The last thing I wanted to talk about, we're about 5 minutes over. We usually end around 8:30.
We good. We started late. So.
Yeah, we started a little late. I'm actually heading to the open mic at the Zone Barrel tonight.
Oh, excuse me.
If it ain't a bunch of comics up, then I'll slide up on stage. First off, I got two more things. They finally came out to a resolution with the Haiti thing. They shipped like 2,000 people somewhere. They took 12,000 and they sent 1,000 back. So it ended up being 15,000 people. Now,
why are you making them sound like Amazon packages?
No, because
we took some, but then we sent the rest of them back.
That's how they did.
I know, but damn it,
we refund them.
What's crazy is a lot at first, which is some whole ass shit. I don't really curse a lot, but this is some whole ass shit. A lot of people travel to Central America because they had the Olympics not too long ago. So a lot of them were working the Olympics and finding work out there. The work kind of dried up due to the pandemic, so they migrated this way, all the way through Mexico, all the way here. This didn't happen overnight. 12, 15,000 people didn't show up overnight. This has been happening over time. So they've already been, kind of piling up under this bridge. originally when they started sending people back, they were sending them back to Haiti, but a lot of these people hadn't been in Haiti in over 10 years. Some of the people they were sending back wasn't even, like, they had been in Haiti since they were kids because their parents took them away and started working in other countries, but technically they were born in Haiti, so they're Haitian. So when they got over here, they were putting them on planes, not even telling them where they were taking them back to and just shipping them back to Haiti.
Why are you getting on planes and you don't know where it's going?
Well, I mean, well, you have no choice when they force you on planes. They already whipping them. Did you see that?
I saw the whippings. Didn't like it. Didn't like it at all.
Don't like that shit.
That's
not when the Afghani
man.
people are getting
first off, they
catered to.
they-
Now, mind
they
you,
get money
everybody
everywhere.
deserves the
They
same
private
rights.
planes.
Everybody deserves the same rights. They got them Afghan people out so quick. They left military people there, but they whipping these Haitians
You know what's crazy?
on horseback across the river. Like,
you know what's crazy?
What happened?
You know what's crazy?
Where's that same level of compassion for these people?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's sad.
It is.
Yeah.
Everybody want to be a nigga. Don't nobody want to be a nigga.
Don't nobody want to be it. So, what's crazy is a lot of those people. I forgot what I was saying, but it's crazy because a lot of those people coming over here, they get money. Once they get over here, the Afghan people getting whipped back. We left them people planes. We left them boats. We taking care of the Afghans.
They getting grants
And
from the government.
So what I was saying is
California.
What I was saying is, and those people carry a certain type of loyalty, and it's a loyalty that's gonna supersede. Did you get her? You got your cup too? It's a loyalty that supersedes a lot of the way that people think over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can ride with you all the way up until the end and be like, well, originally I was Taliban, so I'm riding with the Taliban. So you really think you got these people on their side and they get on the inside? Oh, we drinking straight now.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
KK didn't even look me in my eyes and gave me that cup.
Well, we got a comment here from Miss Pink. Shantori said, well, they not from here either, so they'll have to adapt to new surroundings anyway.
No,
I mean, that's the same thing the Afghans are having to do. They're having to adapt. You know, they're from the desert, and they ship some of these people to Wisconsin.
She's talking about the Haitians, how they came here and they're being shipped back to Haiti, and it's really their first time there because they don't remember as kids being there. So really, it's their first time in a new country. The problem with sending them people back to Haiti is you got to look at what's just happening in Haiti. They just killed the president, so the country's already pretty much tore up and running rampant. And then on top of that, they just had a earthquake that really they hadn't been getting a lot of support for. So you sending them back to a tore up country. They don't have nowhere to go. They don't have no source of income.
She's saying it's the same if they come here too.
If they come here, there's an entry process though. If they come here, they'll have housing for a little while.
What?
Yeah,
where?
And those camp, when they bring you in and you're getting your visa and stuff, a lot of those people, they put them on plans where they actually can be set up. Now, it won't be the greatest. You'll be staying in something that's similar to like a prison. But if you go back to Haiti, you're staying outside.
The people that they let stay here in Haiti were all the people who had
stuck together.
Children and people who had family members over here for them to go stay with.
Yes. But what about the people who didn't have no family here or in Haiti?
That's why they put them on a train on a plane and took them back to Haiti.
Because they don't have family in here or Haiti. But they have a better chance of thriving here. Because what I'm saying is you taking them back to Haiti to know half of the people in Haiti don't even have a house right now. Things are still falling over from the earthquake.
But at what point do we worry about our shit here and the people here instead of bringing other people in that's not building our economy? It's taken from. So I feel that because we're here. We're affected.
Yes, we are affected.
Yeah.
It's one thing if they were just, with the Afghans, we're bringing them here. I feel like the Haitians made it to the border and we have certain rules that allow them to get in. Now, if you're going to fly them from all the way over in Afghanistan over here and then put money in their pockets versus just putting money in the people's pockets that's at the border and allowing them to build it up.
Well, they can't travel here, babe, because it's a whole ocean between them.
Exactly. So the point I'm making is you're investing more money into these people. You got the money that you're flying in. You left Americans over there, but you got 10,000 plus Afghanistans out.
Yes.
And then when they get here, so you spend money already getting them here. Then once they get here, you're putting more money into their pockets. You already got the Haitians who fighting through Mexico to get here. Only thing you got to do is
Haitians are black people, right?
yes.
Okay, so that just answers every
Now,
question you
so
have. They're not gonna have a bunch.
I'm not asking a
Okay,
question.
I'm
I'm
saying they not
explaining their
finna-
situation.
They
out.
not finna have, if they have a choice of having the Afghani people who gonna fall in line versus a bunch of extra niggas, they gonna go with the Afghani people.
Which goes back to my original statement. When they say the Afghani people are gonna fall in line, what I'm saying is those people are loyal to themselves. We can vet them and do this and do that, but right before we left, there was an attack at the airport. They have so many different checkpoints set up so you wouldn't even make it to the airport with an attack, which means there were a lot of those checkpoints who we vetted and trusted to let people in that let people by. So what I'm saying is those people aren't loyal to America. Some of them might be.
Motherfuckers are loyal to survival. They don't give a fuck about
them people
a
gonna
country
turn
or
on
nothing
us.
like. No, it ain't about them. They can come. This is all. They can
Okay,
come.
so
listen.
Okay, come on.
Listen, goddamn it.
Listen.
They can come here and contribute to the ecosystem here, whereas the Haitian people are not going to be able to come here and contribute to our ecosystem. Afghani people have resources to offer. They have people that's already established here, whereas the Haitian people, like, they were displaced. There was too many. They didn't have family. The Afghani people, they got family here. They have a demographic here. They have a support system here that's contributing to the actual
U.S. economy.
Exactly, the economy. The Haitian people that are here are not contributing to the economy on that level. So of course they're going to be despaired. Like
they can't never get to that level if they don't have the same plan that they giving them.
You know what I feel? No one's going to help us but us.
But us. That's true.
Thank you.
That's
no one's
true.
going to help us but us. So we can't be sitting up here looking like, oh, they not doing that. They ain't never did nothing for us. If that's the case, we can look at this and
but we discussed it because a lot of people don't know what's going on. A lot of people aren't seeing it. So we discussed it. Somebody's out there gonna make a move. I feel like at this point, like with the Haitian, like we can't sit and wait on America to take care of our people. Now, a lot of people don't really care about the Haiti incident or this and that, but Haiti played a vital role in what goes on in the United States as far
I'm saying,
as
like, what are they going to come here and do? Also, like, what are Haitians known for as far as like job lines? Where when you see an Afghani person, you're like, they own a Red Lobster or they own a chain of hotels, or
why? But why do you automatically assume they have to own something because of their race?
Not because of their race. This is stereotypes.
Yeah, so why are we going to feed into the stereotype? Because
it's not about feeding.
They
it
might
just
be over
is.
there. They own an Afghan person might own a convenience store.
But a lot of
like
times,
Indian people that are doctors,
they might have that because they have that
African people who are
African.
doctors.
But how many Haitian doctors do you know?
I mean, I don't know.
How many Haitian scientists do you know?
But that doesn't.
But
mean
that comes down to foundations. Like the Afghans have a better foundation. When they come over here, they have a better foundation than what they're giving the Haitians right now.
I agree completely.
Now, not all these Afghan people have family here. They could just be coming here and have their paperwork together. They still gonna put their bread in their pocket and give them a foot ahead. The Haitians just like, hey, if y'all got people down here, y'all can come live with y'all people.
Right.
If y'all don't have nothing, well, y'all just got to go back. Are we gonna take 12,000 of y'all here? When it's things that you can do. You just have to have people in line who can actually, like, there has to be a plan. It ain't just well, we're gonna take people here, we're gonna take people there. Like, start a community or something like that. It's some old abandoned town that's out here where you can allow them to begin making a living. Like, hey, y'all are all that y'all have, but y'all can inhabit this town right here. Because right now they were just inhabiting up under a bridge.
You know they're not finna set no black people up for no success.
Even if you don't set them up by giving them money or anything, I'm sure there's an old abandoned town and y'all can say, hey, make the best of it.
You know what they do to black people who try to form up and have towns? Black Wall Street.
Yeah. The Oklahoma
Freedmen's
City
Town.
Massacre.
Oklahoma. I'm just saying, like, you gotta. There's at the end of the day, they're black people. To them, to the powers that be, they're not. They don't distinguish us differently from.
I know.
Exactly.
Trust me.
I'm not saying all this shit just to be a dick. I'm saying
that's how they think.
What it is, and it's fucked up.
So in the Senate, the argument is the Democrats want to let the Haitians in because the Haitians are going to vote for them, and it's going to swing the vote. That's really
they're not even going to have the credentials to be able to vote for.
Man, that's the argument. And so once they argue that point, they basically say, well, what they trying to do is change the demographics of people, regardless of what you do. We in America. If people keep coming in and y'all keep trying to divide and create division, y'all eventually gonna be outnumbered because y'all the ones dividing yourselves up.
We have a comment here from Miss Pink. Afghans are openly welcome because it's because of a war. That is correct. They are openly welcome because they are considered collateral from war.
It would be inhumane to leave them there.
Right, considering they're running because of a war that we went over there and occupied their home for 20 years for no reason at this point because we just left.
There was a reason and we discussed the reason.
It was a reason.
It was all about resources.
There was a reason, but we stayed there for 20 years and still didn't even complete the job because now they're just back in power.
Trust me, they completed a job.
But hopefully,
they didn't do it. It wasn't 100%, but they completed a job. There's a lot of things that they went over there and got.
But I feel like it is because they are black. I am sorry. It's the same way with this Petito. It's the same way with this Petito lady. Mm-hmm. This lady was only missing for a week. She was only missing for a week.
That's called missing white woman syndrome.
Jelani Rose, he had been missing for a month at this point. Didn't get nearly as much traction. There are black people who are missing every single day. Don't get nearly as much traction. But an attractive of what they would call an attractive Caucasian, white lady, whatever you want to call it, goes missing, and it reaches national media attention within 72 hours.
And I've seen it on the news, and I can't even remember what this lady looked like because I feel like a missing person is a missing person. A person that's coming from Afghanistan that needs help, they're running from war, is a person that needs help. It ain't about why they need help, what they need help. If you see somebody on the corner, you don't know why they need help or what they need help for. Either you're going to help them or you're not going to help them because they're a person that needs help.
These people, they went on a cross-country tour across the country. It was people in states from Wyoming to Utah. And these people, they ended up in Florida, across the United States, searching these campgrounds and stuff that they went with.
That's a whole
I know they were saying
that
they were sleuths and things like that, but why don't y'all be that curious when black people come in and help the police?
Man, they had so many people out there, they should have stumbled across somebody. Y'all should have stumbled across a missing black person because y'all had so many people out there. Like, that's what doesn't make any sense. I understand that they look at themselves as being more important than black people. But at this point, with everything that's going on, you have to eventually, at some point, you're going to have to look at people as their people. If somebody needs help, help them. If somebody is missing, look for them. If somebody's hungry, feed them. You might not have it, or you might just be one of them people that just be like, fuck that person. That's understandable. But what I'm saying is, if you have the ability to help somebody and you know they're struggling, it is not going to hurt you. Like if it hurts you, that's one thing. And you still help, then that's a double pat on the back. But if it's not gonna break your pockets, if somebody asking you for $1, $2, give them that $1 or $2. Right. Now if they asking you for food, go buy them some food. Like if you don't know what they're gonna do with the food, you don't know what they're gonna do with the money.
Well, that's what we were like in every instance, not just when it's a missing person. That's just when you see somebody on the street. We would that's like the golden rule, treat people how you would like to be treated, but it's easier said than done.
Yes, and that works for regardless of who you are, black, white, Hispanic. If you go missing, you're gonna want to be looked for. That's right. So you should treat those like you want to be treated. If you want to be looked for, then they need to be looked for. It shouldn't just apply to a missing white woman. It should be across the board. Hispanic, black, kids. I see, I talked at the last show about Amber Alert, my last comedy show about Amber Alert. And the Amber Alert would go off on people's phones and they will cut it off faster than a bill collector calling.
Yeah, until it's your kid.
Until it's your kid. But then I would, if I get an Amber Alert and I'm in a car, I'm at least look around and see the cars around me.
Right.
Like that, it's probably a 99.9% chance that car isn't around me.
Well, I don't think the Amber Alert is for us to come and for us to make ourselves detectives and to go look. It's more of a, hey, keep your eye out for this. But you have people who like to take the law into their own hands and feel like an Amber Alert gives them.
I ain't saying
them the leeway to go out here and scour for this car.
What I'm saying is,
everything.
When you say keep an eye out,
you know, like, hey, you're in the parking lot and you see a blue Dodge, like, hey, just make sure there ain't a kid in there, you know?
If we get an Amber Alert right now, I'm not going to go look out the door. But I should keep an eye out. What if that car is just now passing now?
Well, that's the thing. There are millions of people, so it's
so
not
somebody else better have an eye out.
Exactly. That's why it goes to everybody and not just you.
Well, stop sending them. Don't send them to me when I'm at home. Y'all know where I'm at. Like, I'm going to be the nigga running to a window, pulling down the blinds, like, as they passing by. So, yeah, that's why I was there with that. But real quick, before we get out of here, this last thing, and this was funny to me after I kind of thought about it, because I really started looking at the picture, and I'm like, man, it does hurt to look at this picture. And I thought about myself, and in life, I know that I never want to be called an eyesore.
Where did that come from?
Or an ear sore?
Or ear sore.
An eyesore in a picture? Like, no, everyone looks good in the picture but you?
There was a post saying that these are the eyesores. This is the eyesore of the independent community.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, they posted a picture of this guy saying he was an eyesore in the independent community.
Oh, like not
they tired of looking. They tired of seeing him.
On the eye, or they're tired of seeing him. Yes. He's annoying.
Yes, all of it.
So, it's his looks and his personality.
And they said he liked to beat on women on there. They said he eyesore to the community and he liked to beat on women.
It seems like somebody just don't like this person.
I don't know. I don't know. But what's crazy is now. Somebody, I don't know if Lovey don't like the person.
Let Lovey, you stay over there.
But no, that person don't like Lovey. That person be picking on Lovey. Now that I think about it, that person do be picking on Lovey. But the thing is, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, I was friends with this person on Facebook, and I was friends with them and their wife. Now, we had a meeting with everybody where they were trying to basically get the whole independent scene together. Now, I went on behalf of Love the Jam on the meeting, and I chose not to. No, there was another person from Love the Jam, but they ended up not staying with Love the Jam. But they didn't have a plan. Like, when we sat down there and talked, and everybody was talking, because there was a lot of people in there. It was just a bunch of talking. Mm-hmm. So there was never no, hey, this is what we're gonna be doing in the first period. You know, in the first quarter, this is what we're going to focus on to get there. You know, it was none of that. It was just like, hey, this is what we want. This is what we want. We want y'all to do this. We're going to have y'all doing this. It's like, damn, it sounds like we doing all the work.
It's really like it was really just to see who had what resources so they can pillage off of them and then get credit for putting everyone together when there was really nothing.
Well, as you can see, nothing went with it. Like, when I was there at the meeting, I didn't feel anything. Like, I didn't feel like it was going to go any further than it did. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to decline the opportunity. Because exactly. Whatever they were offering, it never even went anywhere. But that was probably like 3 years ago. But probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I know he was on my Facebook. His wife was on my. He's not on. Neither one of them on my Facebook no more. I don't think. I don't really be on Facebook that much, but I hadn't seen him in a while. But this lady, and I cannot remember this lady's name.
Monica?
No. Is it Monica? No, I don't think her name was Monica. But she inboxed me out the blue, and I guess she saw that we were friends, or we had maybe did the same event somewhere. And she was like basically crying out like, hey, this guy beat his hand. He put his hands on me. He was beating on me. He's not the person y'all think he is. Da, 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 da. But at the time, I didn't even know him that well because this was before we even had the whole underground meeting and stuff. I had literally probably had just added them on Facebook. And
so what did she want you to do with this information?
I didn't know what she wanted me to do. I guess she wanted me to stop doing business with him. I already didn't deal with him. But what she was basically saying is like, hey, this guy, regardless of what y'all think he is, don't do business with him. He like to beat on me. I have an open cage. Da 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 da. This is what's going on. And I just kind of read it, do thoughts and prayers. I don't know him. I basically told her, like, hey, I don't know him that well. Like, we might cross paths here and there. But ultimately, she was saying, like, hey, I know you can't do nothing about it, but I'm just giving you the heads up. This is not somebody you want to do business with. And I never even looked to do business with him. I just kind of fell back. I only went to the meeting because they invited everybody out, and they was trying to bring everybody together.
Because I wasn't trying to go.
And Lovey was already beefing with the guy, so
I wasn't beefing.
Yes, y'all still beef today. If you make a post, I don't
like that nigga.
If you make a post, he gonna comment something. If you make a post about, man, I love the Jam and I love my team, is he gonna get on your post and comment? And man, why you think your team better than mine when you didn't say anything about that? It's like he always looking for controversy with Lovey. So that's understood. But the thing is, what I was basically saying is, I never want to get to that point in my life where somebody be like, man, you an eyesore to the community.
Well, who cares what other people think? Somebody might think you're an eyesore, and somebody might think you're the best thing since sliced bread.
This is a business. But that's a brand.
When somebody says
he's a radio station.
When somebody says you're an eyesore and they post pictures of you and it hurts people's eyes looking at you, that's when it's real. Because it hurt me looking at those pictures.
Oh yeah, he was dressed like.
I was like, man, this dude, this is really hurting my eyes. Mm-hmm. Don't worry, I'm gonna show her the pictures. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Just to
I want to get her live
piggyback
reaction.
on what you said recently. A young lady, he rushed a young lady at an event, and is currently being banned from several different clubs.
What you mean, like rushed?
Like rushed her and was finna hit her, and she slapped him, and security had to come, and he was fighting with security to get loose to try to fight on her.
Really?
This just happened this week.
Oh well, I guess it is. I mean, like I said, I got a post 5 years ago saying he beat on women, so
it seems like one of them like dollar men. you don't do business with, like one of them shady ass promoters. You know, the janky ass promoters that you just don't do business with.
I mean, we don't do business with them. I don't know. When I saw, like, I rarely be on Facebook, but that popped up my Facebook because it wanted me to talk about it.
I honestly feel like you get a vibe from people, and people know when you get a negative vibe from other people. But if you're in a desperate situation to where you just really want this person's help or you need them to do something for you, you might ignore your intuition and go with that person's help, and then you'll be paying for it later on.
I mean, it depends on what ultimately, you need. Everybody has something that they can offer to somebody. Like, so there are ways to do business with people and do business with them from a distance. We choose not to do business with certain people because of the way they carry themselves. And when stuff like this come out, that's just, basically explains to us, confirmation. We shouldn't be doing business with this person. But it's more about whatever you do in life. Don't be an eyesore to the community. Don't be an eyesore to your family. Don't be
be a blessing. It's a blessing to everyone.
Like I don't know. I'd rather be called ugly than be called the eyesore.
Especially if you only got one eye.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
You only got one eye?
I didn't even think about that. Oh, that makes it even worse.
Well, you know what? That's probably why he beating on women. He just angry at the world because he only can see half of it.
Yeah, you only see half.
Or maybe he can see all of it. I don't know how that one eye thing works, but he could just be angry.
You definitely just got one eye.
I don't know, but I guess that's why.
No, he wears 2 pairs of glasses though.
That's why he's not an eyes.
Facebook, you just said I'm just becoming aware of these indiscretions. So, do you feel like you need to move differently around this person now that you've become aware of these indiscretions, or are you satisfied?
Trust me, I'm finding out too as I go. I didn't even know there was an open case on this young man. Oh man.
Yeah, I be dropping bombs every now and again. Yeah,
but ultimately, if you are doing business with anybody in this industry, learn who you're around. I mean, everybody's out here. A lot of people here to make money. A lot of people here for the artists. A lot of people here building their brand. Like, everybody's in it for different reasons. But a lot of times, if you're going to be doing business with somebody all the time, at least get to know some form of that person. Especially when it's somebody, if somebody's interviewing you, at least figure out who this person is interviewing you. Don't just go up and do an interview because you might be doing an interview on the bullshit station. Like, at least find out about the person. At least watch some of their interviews. At least see what they're gonna be asking you. There's no way I'm gonna see a story like this and be like, oh, I'm gonna go do an interview on that radio station because I see what's going on. Like, there's no way I'm gonna put myself behind anything like this. So don't be an eyesore to the community. Don't be an eyesore to your family. I'm going to be at the Zun Barrel tonight. Don't be an eyesore at the Zun Barrel. I don't know. That's just something that I never thought I would ever be called. And it's like, man, just call me ugly. Don't call me an eyesore because an eyesore hurt. Eyesore is like a tattoo. If you call somebody ugly, you just punch them. But if you say eyesore, you like tattooed the ugly on.
Eyesore does kind of imply like a whole group of people.
A whole bunch. Even though it's just an eyesore, it sounds like a bunch of sores. Like you got leprosy or something. Dude, he should have said leprosy to the community.
You're the leprosy of the community.
Leprosy. Did you have anything else, baby, before we get up out of here? You definitely not an eyesore.
I had
Not at all.
time. You
Don't
know,
you miss it?
being on this side of the table every now and then with my husband is nice. You know, he has his opinions on things, and I hear them at home, but it's very different when I get to hear them played out here at his station. So I definitely enjoy it, and he's pretty awesome. And I'm just married to the best man in the world. I'm happy to be here with him.
Oh, thank you.
He let me out the house today, y'all.
Clearly.
She outside.
I'm outside today, then I'll be back inside tomorrow.
No, I'm going to let her out tomorrow. She just keep complimenting me, baby. I'm going to let you get in the pool tomorrow.
Yeah, I want to shout out to my best friend Shantoy for coming on and being involved with the chat.
What up?
He definitely had some quite colorful opinions, but you wouldn't be who you were if you weren't.
Yes.
So
I want to be one of your beneficiaries
because he can only see half. But I wasn't sure if with one eye. Like I said, I don't know how that works. Can he see
you beating on a bitch? You half a woman,
or they don't. Like I think maybe he just doesn't have peripheral since he only has one eye or something. I don't know. Regardless, you know what? He should always be seeing the glass half full if you only have one eye.
No,
you know,
maybe he got to have empty eye.
You know what? I'm done with the show for today.
Well, you brought it up.
I'm done.
You brought it up.
I didn't. I believe that's Thug Oster.
Well, I'm gonna keep that guy in my prayers. You know, hopefully he have a change of heart and things get better for him. You know, just don't. You can't be out here eyesore to people. I don't know. It just hurt calling somebody an eyesore.
If he sees this, I really hope he can see all of the world. It is a beautiful place.
Somebody said the pun.
Somebody said because he can only see half of it.
Because I told him, I said, because he only got one eye. I thought he can only see half of the world. And that's why he's so
I think that's Thug Oster. I'm almost sure.
We gonna get a. Well, for some reason, it's showing Facebook user for a lot of people, but Shantori showed her name.
That's not Shantori right there.
No, I'm talking about when she commented, it showed her name. Let me find out she working for the government or something.
Isn't that weird? It does that.
No, that's the last. That's the last place she working for. She don't like them folks.
That has to do with the settings. I think, like the people's settings. That's what I.
Yeah, we'll figure that.
But thanks for having me here, babe. And I'm gonna, I believe in doing what pertains to you. So I'm gonna back out of your world. But thanks for having me today.
I want to thank you for coming through. Thank you, Miss Lovey. Thank you for being on the ones and twos. I'm not sure where you heading tonight, but I can tell you going somewhere. I'm
going to Home 3, which is Houston's own night of main events. Houston's own main event.
Who's the top card?
It's a whole bunch. It ain't just. It's a whole bunch of shit. It's a whole bunch of cards coming through. It's gonna be a lot of battle rappers in the city tonight, and I'm trying to see what the fuck is going on. So I'm gonna be going down all the way to the southeast side.
You don't see some rappers.
Battle rappers. You know I'm a battle rap enthusiast.
Yeah, they be serious too.
You know I be going. You know that's my shit.
One thing
looking for some acreage to pass on.
Who
want this mule? Who got that mule? I got the acres.
Look, y'all, she got a mule and she ready to give it away. Let's come get these 40 acres. I told BJ, keep playing. I'm going to call her.
You stupid.
Gonna be calling Jesus.
See, I ain't got nothing to do with it.
No problem.
We'll be at the Zun Barrel tonight. That's why you can't come out. At 9 o'clock. Exactly. Get the cutting up. We'll be at the Zone Barrel tonight. Like I said, if it's not a bunch of comics lined up, I'm gonna slide up there on the mic and do my thing. Shout out to Mr. White. He'll be hosting. I can't think of his co-host name. It was some Cray or something. But I'll get the rest of the name later. But thanks again. That's really all I got. Shout out to Love Jam once again. We got the award, Radio Station of the Year.
Hey.
And there's some big comedy stuff coming soon. I know I keep saying that because that's how big it is. Every time I think about it, it gets bigger.
Ooh.
And so I know like how much potential it actually has. I just have to run the play soon. So October the 1st, we're gonna be starting to play.
Yes.
We're gonna start to play October 1st.
Yes.
So if you see my number, if it's a 469 number, it's not a bill collector, it's me, and I need you to be part of this plan because
just
I'm trying to put some money in your pocket.
Don't mean you shouldn't
I answer the phone.
Nigga,
I was when you were calling me, I was on my way in and my hands were full. That's why I call you back as soon as I got in. But yeah, that's really it.
That's it.
Do you have anything else? Carson made 5 months, you know.
Yeah, our baby made 5 months yesterday.
Happy baby.
Shout out to the mother-in-law. That's where she at right now.
Yeah. Thank you, Mama.
Thanks, Mom.
I know she tuned in like, come get her. Y'all said y'all was coming back.
She might be watching.
That's really it. Be on the lookout for more tours. Thanks, Miss Lovey. Thank you, baby, for coming through and rocking with me. Pray that you make it out a couple more times this year. This has been Real Rillos. I'm comedian Rillos. www.love2generator.com. We out.
Bye, y'all.
Hey.